Hey, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm super excited. I hope you're enjoying my current videos, and if you do have suggestions of the stuff that you want me to film about, then please feel free to comment below. Also feel free to email me at ladantaco@gmail.com, and we can communicate and I can talk about stuff that you want me to talk about. I got you. So tomorrow might be Eid. Well, we'll wait for what they say. Like sometimes you watch Twitter, if you see Eid Mubarak trending on Twitter, you know it's Eid. But if there's no Eid Mubarak trending and Saudi Arabia keep it hush hush, then we don't know what's going on. So we wait. I hope tomorrow is Eid. I'm already in the spirit of Eid because like yellow and that. Is this even yellow? I think it's mustard. It doesn't matter, but you get the point. I'm in a good spirit and I'm here for Eid. It's the last day. And yeah, I hope you're all well. And if you're not fasting, or if you're not observing Ramadan, still get to know a bit more about Ramadan. It's quite fun thing, and it's literally like one of the pillars in Islam. It's so important. But let me get on with it. Today I actually wanted to have a little chit chat with you guys about my current journey. I'm working on my own coffee brands. I really wanted to sell coffee. I literally woke up and I said I'm gonna sell coffee. So I just said, you know what, let me share with you guys what is happening so far, so you guys understand. When you see me holding the coffee like this in the future, then you know the journey. So there's a few steps that I actually took, and you can add this to your project and whatever it is that you're doing. It's a nice view here. If you see me looking away, you just know that I'm seeing trees. I'm seeing like it's a beautiful day. I might get distracted and then just be like but yeah, there's if you're working on your own project, like with these steps, you could also implement it into your own project. So we can kind of like work together. You let me know how your things are going and we could just go from there, because it's just about starting a project, starting something that you're really, really passionate about, and just making it happen in this interesting time in our world. With the whole COVID-19, obviously it impacted everybody. Everything is digital. Before you could just make calls and make things happen. Things are a bit different. So I am new to this. I'm also adapting, and I've learned a few things, and I just said, I need to share this with you guys. So my project is about coffee, and I wanted to sell coffee. So the first thing I did was research. Like, I knew a lot about coffee, but I had to go in hours and hours of just watching videos. Thinking about it now, they didn't have many women with that educational coffee videos. Like, where are all the female educators about coffee? I was just like watching some random guy from somewhere in America. But I'm grateful. Thank you for the information. I have just noticed that they didn't have many women there. So I did endless research. I'm just like trying to find out which coffee is it, different coffee plants like Arabica and Robusta coffee. I'm just like light, how to roast it, the flavors, really deeply understanding from the beginning all the way to the end where it ends up in the cup, and that was one thing. Like research. I've learned so much, and I can't wait to like see it and see how it goes. But so number one is research. The second thing I did so far with this coffee brand is check the ethics and the values of who I wanted to buy coffee from. So obviously it's easy for you to buy whatever you want and sell it, but personally I'm just one of those people that I need to know where it's from, who made it, how much that person is getting paid, which country is it, who's the president and the prime minister of that country, what did they do about the COVID-19 situation in that country, how are the farmers being affected, what is going on, talk to me, the gender violence in that country, how many women are in top positions in that country. You get the point. I got carried away, but that's exactly me. That's the stuff that keeps me awake at night. Some people worry about their debt, and they worry about what house they're gonna build next. They worry about their money. I'm just sitting there thinking, what's happening in Tanzania? Like, what's happening in South Africa? What's going on? How are the women being treated in Afghanistan? I want to know what Pakistan government is saying. What are they saying right now? I'm just that person. I just wake up, I'm just like, what's going on? What's going on in India? Is there any setbacks on the whole equality, gender equality in India? Talk to me. I got too excited. I apologize, but that's exactly what it is. For me, it's very important to know the the ethics and the morals of that company and the people that I'm working with, because like I have been screaming about what is right and what is wrong, so I just didn't want to go into a field or sell something that I didn't check fully about their fair trade, if they're organic, if they're paying their people the right way. So that was important to me, you know. So that's one thing that I did. But if you're personally starting something and you really don't care about the ethics and values, that's you. Do what you have to do. But personally, for me, I can't sleep well knowing that what I am selling is not done the right way. You know, I'm not paying the people that did the work. I'm not asking questions like, is it fair trade, is it organic? Like, that's just not me. It's like, do what you have to do to make a change in the world. And if you're a new person who's starting a business, who's doing something, you can create a change by just saying, what is going on? How can I make it different? How can I make it more fair trade? How can I make sure that I support local places? So you also have the power to make a difference. So there's no point you just saying, oh, you know what, this is how it's done, the other way is very complex. Nothing is easy. It's always hard. You know, if I wanted something done yesterday or tomorrow or today, yes, you can do it, but is it ethically correct? Are you gonna sleep well? And I'm sure, I don't know much about this part in our religion. For me, I'm Muslim, and I am sure there's ethics and law that you have to follow, and I really wanted to learn my rights. I also wanted to learn the rights of other people, so that way what I am selling is legit and also it's done in the right way. So I am preparing for my afterlife, because that's one thing that's guaranteed in this world, that's death. So I don't know why I'm talking about death, but you know, when I die, I just want to be in peace knowing that everything I did try to do it in the right way. So nothing, yes, it's easy to make money. You know, there's so many ways that you can make money. There's so many ways that you can generate money, but is it the right way? There's no right or wrong way, but as in, like, have you tried to make sure that you did it Islamically? Like, I can't buy something for £10 and sell it for £40, £50. I'm sure that's not even right, you know. So there's things that you can do to make sure that you do it the right way. So I've been doing a lot of research in terms of ethics and values. The third thing that I did was like find a way to have an online presence. So luckily I have my own brand, I have my own online presence, but I still had to find a way to sell the thing that I wanted to sell. So like, let's say I'm selling coffee, so I needed a website. So what kind of website that I wanted? You know, there's the whole thing of like e-commerce. Is it called e-commerce? I think it's called e-commerce. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Do let me know please in the comments below if I said that right. But there's e-commerce website, or you can just have your own website. But for me, I had to make sure that people can buy it, I can interact with people, it's easy to use, and also cost friendly. I didn't want to spend thousands and thousands of pounds just to build a website, you know. I'm not that rich. In fact, I'm not rich. So I just wanted to make sure that it's cost friendly website, and I looked around and I found out that there's Wix, there's Shopify, there's so many like friendly websites for you to do it by yourself. Do you know what I mean? And what was it, Squarespace? At this point, I think I'm just making up websites. I'm just saying whatever that comes to my head. Banana. Oh my god. But yeah, there are so many different websites, and most of them are free. But yeah, there's so many friendly websites for beginners. You can build it yourself, and it's easy to use. There's so many tutorials on YouTube, and I settled with Shopify. Shopify was just straightforward. You can build the website however you want. You can create like navigation and link the website. So if you want to start a project about this pen, you can just, you know, set up pen friendly page where you can put the pen as the main page and write home, and it's just easy for you to navigate yourself around. And even if you pick a theme within Shopify, you can find a YouTube video exactly telling you, you know, how to navigate around that specific theme in Shopify. So I would definitely recommend you look at different sites. I settled with Shopify. The good thing about Shopify is that, you know, you can connect to any domain that you already have, And it's very important that you secure the domain name that you want as well, because there are people who are making a lot of money by buying the domain and selling it off to you. So if you have a name for your coffee or business, then please do buy the domain, and just, you know, until you get your life together, you got your domain and you're ready, you can, you know, go ahead and use that domain to build your website. But that's one thing, you need to know what your online presence is. If you're going to use Instagram, if you're going to use Facebook, and just all these social media platforms. But it's very important that you have a homepage, you know, and website is the way forward. If you think about it, do you remember the whole thing that's happened with Primark? If you have been following the business news, so what they've done is they don't have a website, and I think maybe they wanted to, not even I think, I know they wanted to keep the cost low, and they didn't see the reason why they should have a website, and that has affected their business like to the millions, to the billions, because you didn't have a website, because you didn't have a place that people can order online. You've just assumed that we will never be in this predicament. And as a seller, you should never assume things. You should have different ways to sell your things. And if you're not doing it online, you should think about it and move with the world, because at the end of the day, we're all going digital. How can you have a website that don't have online? And people would pay a bit more to avoid going to Primark and queuing up and all this stuff, and pay a bit more for that top. Primark could have added extra £4 or £5 in the tops and dresses, and we'll still purchase because it's Primark. I love Primark, by the way. It just makes me happy. Like, I always end up going to the shopping for shoes, not necessarily like shoes for outside, but I always end up buying like slippers and socks, and just find random things in Primark. Primark is the one, and when they open, I'm gonna support them. I don't know what their ethics are, I need to check, but I do. It's my guilty pleasure. I do shop in Primark sometimes, and sometimes when you go, they're like, oh, it's getting expensive. Primark, what are you doing? Where you go? You better relax with your money. Anyways, that's the third thing. The fourth thing that I did so far for this brand is I have learned to negotiate. Who would have thought? Me and negotiation nowhere. Where you tell me this top is £10, I'm giving you the £10 and I'm gone. There are people who can hustle their way to £4 for that top. Me on the other hand, I'm just not like that. Like, we're just different. I'll go somewhere with my mom. My mom would just want to know how much is it. Can we go somewhere else? Blah blah blah. Try to understand. Maybe it's just, that's just how she is. But for me, I swear to God, guys, I just don't have that in me. So I have learned to negotiate. I have learned to say, okay, you want to sell this amount, but I'm buying, like, let's say they're selling something to me for £10, for example. I've learned to say, well, obviously, if I'm buying 100 of this, I want you to give me some sort of a discount. I want you to, what are you offering? Because I'm buying a lot of stuff. The old LADAN wouldn't even bother. I would just be like, how much? 10, please. I just find that so weird. I don't want to know. Like, I'm just not that person. Take my money, leave me alone. But I've learned to negotiate, and as you know what, we are taking our parents for granted sometimes, because they know so much. You know, they hustled their way into a new country. They learned to build a whole life. They've managed to raise us, and they did so much. And I think there's so many tips that they can give us. And I sat down with my grandmother and we brainstormed some things, and guys, I swear to God, I ended up with a list of things. She was like, nope, don't do it this way, don't do it that way. In my head, I'm like, whoa, I'm talking about Shopify, and you're giving me some tea. So yeah, speak to your grandma, go to your uncle, go to your auntie, speak to your dad, talk to people around your family and get some ideas. And I'm telling you, you might have some talent in you'll be surprised. Like, for me, because my parents are not like, my family, they've always been business sassy. Like, we always sold some stuff. Like, my great grandmother was so like business minded person, my grandmother, my great grandma, my mom, everybody. But I just didn't think they will help me with my Shopify website. Like, I just didn't think that was gonna happen, but that was really useful. The other thing that I've learned was keep your cost low. Like, that's the final thing that I've learned, because you know, it's so easy to get excited and just be like, you know what, I want to sell coffee, so therefore I want the banging website. I want the coffee to look amazing. I want to hire a photographer, a videographer. I want the whole thing. I want a singer. I want Beyonce to sing. Girl, relax, sit down, boy, sit down, you know. And I was watching this random video, and the person said, if you want to make a cake, then you need to get on with making that cake. So buy the eggs, buy the flour, buy the baking soda, and just make that cake, and then focus on selling that cake. Don't be thinking about like the box that you're gonna put in and the shop that you're gonna sell it in. You need to sell enough cakes for you to think about having your own shop, to think about hiring someone. My mind was like, psh. So as soon as I had that mindset, I started to cut costs in so many different ways. I was like, I don't need a web designer. I can go on YouTube, learn, and create my own website. I was like, middle of the night, of course, I had the tears. I was like, oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. Called my friend. I was like, what is going on? But I have learned. I'm doing so far so good. I said I don't need a photographer. I just started taking pictures myself. I was gonna pay someone to do social media page for me, set it up. I was like, girl, you've been on social media for this long, you better make your own Instagram. I made my own Instagram. I need to do Facebook as well. So yeah, if you can cut cost and do it yourself, do it yourself. You don't need a web designer, you don't need a photographer. Use your phone, girl. Use your phone. Use your whatever you have in your house, use it. You know, even if you have to hold your product like this and say, this is mine and I'm selling this, do what you have to do. And in the future, you can get models, you can hire a venue, you can do all of that. But for now, focus on the basic and cut cost by doing your own website, even logo. There's I don't know if you guys know, but there's a website called Fiverr, and it's amazing. You can literally put like a logo designer and you'll find it for like £10 or £15. Someone will design a logo for you. If you want someone to design, like, you know, if you want to hire someone just to build that website for you for like 2 hours, 3 hours, you can find somewhere there. So utilize Fiverr, utilize logo designers in, like, you know, online who will create a logo for you. Utilize YouTube by watching videos so you can do it yourself. So yeah, utilize online, also the people around you, cut the cost. Cut all the cost. Yeah, that's what I have done so far, and you know, I'm starting to see results, and that's what I have learned so far. And I just wanted to share with you, lovely people, just in case you're sitting there and you're prolonging that project that's just been in your mind, you know what I mean, it's been there, you know, you want to do that one thing. Well, you know what, why don't we do it together? You do your own thing and you follow my journey and you let me know how it's going, and we can build like a little network. We can just say, hey, I'm doing it, you're doing it, let's learn from each other and move forward. But yeah, I need to give a big shout out. From now on, I'm going to give a big shout out to a woman that I absolutely love, but this is 2 women actually this time. There's a podcast called Brown and Ambition. I love it, it's amazing. Girl and boy, if you're really interested in finance and all things financial talk, then you should watch them. They have changed everything for me. So yeah, please check that podcast out. I'm gonna love and leave you there. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope I covered stuff that I've learned so far. So yeah, have a good one. Thank you for joining in. By the way, please subscribe, like and comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.